Hello there, my lovelies, and welcome back to Crazy But Not Dangerous. I'm Shorty Vaughn, and I've got a lot of new subscribers. Hello, welcome. I'm 4'5". I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and basically on this channel, I like to cook budget meals. Yeah, like to save $1. Really cheap, thrifty, frugal, whatever you want to call it. Call it anything you want. Just don't call me late for dinner. And yeah, Andrew had some dental work done today, so he needs some soft foods. We're also, on a little diet, a little low sodium, that kind of thing. So we're going to make a delicious quesadilla dinner, and I'm super excited about it. Love the melted cheese, love the crispy tortilla. Yum. Oh, my favorite part though is probably the salsa. And I'll be the first person to admit I like some paste picante sauce. Yeah, I'm not real sophisticated, even though I live in Arizona. Not real sophisticated about my salsa. Like it right out of the jar, right from the refrigerator, but I didn't plan ahead. So I've just barely got a little bit. Yeah, that's okay. We're going to use this as our jumping off point, and we're going to upgrade our salsa just a little bit and make it super yummy and terrific and enough for both of us. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, well, let's get down to it. Let's get some cooking done. So I have probably a 1/4 cup of this medium paste picante sauce here in this jar, and we need to get this used up. Didn't realize that was the only one I had, and it had bottom shelf on the door, slit behind some dressings, that kind of thing. But that's okay, because we've got lots of stuff in the pantry. Got these 2 tomatoes. They look pretty good. You never know. We'll see what they're like. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give these a rough dice up and add them to my paste picante sauce. And you know me, I'm not worrying about how you dice them up. However you get it done. You got a food chopper? Go for it. You've got, a food processor? Spectacular. You're going to just chop them like a maniac? Okay, watch your fingers, baby. That's all I got to say about it. As small or as big as you like, how you get the job done, doesn't matter. Gordon Ramsay doesn't care. Neither does Bobby Flay. Yeah. If they show up for dinner, I'll make them a quesadilla too. And, there might even be a beer for them in the refrigerator maybe. Yeah, could happen. So let's just go ahead and give these a chippity chop. Andrew went to the dentist today. I did some work. My little niece Cookie's boyfriend came over to heat up his lunch. He was on a job nearby, and he sent me the cutest little text message. Can I come over and heat my lunch at your house? Well, of course you can, baby. Come on down. Anyhow, I got off my phone, got off my job, and took an early lunch and chit-chatted with him. And he's on a diet too. He had a little chicken and a little rice and some of those mini peppers. Those are delicious. Anyhow, he had these things, and I fed him grapes too. He was a good boy, and had some pleasant chit chat. He's just precious, just another one of my babies. Yes, you can come by. Yes, Aunt Shorty will feed you. But he had his own lunch, and he stuck to it, and I give him credit for that, because I could have tempted him with all kinds of things in that freezer. There's leftover flautas in there. I saw them. They kind of called to me, Shorty Vaughn, you've left us on the vine so long. Come get us. Maybe next week. Let's see what else. It was 119 here yesterday. It was pretty hot. It's better today. It really is, I think, only like 112 degrees, at least where I am right now. So, got a little onion, And I'm just going to give it some vertical cuts. I don't think I'm going to need the whole thing, so I'm not going all the way through the onion. I'm going to give it some horizontal cuts this way. And then straight down for a pretty good dice. There we go. That should do it, and that's going to be a nice little dice. Now, I never throw this kind of thing away. I know it looks like garbage, but really and truly, got a plastic bag in the freezer, and I just tuck those in. Then when I go to make a stock, chicken, beef, turkey, you know, whatever I've got some bones for, I throw that whole bag of veg in. You know, the scraps, the stuff you probably throw away. Yeah, give those a little save up. Those will season your broth terrifically. I used broth the other day when I made paprika chicken. Just pulled it right out of the freezer, you know, put it in the microwave for a minute or two, dumped it all in. It was delicious. Cost you almost nothing. Just the stuff you were going to throw away anyhow. Makes it a bargain. Okay, let's go ahead and get our onion in there. I was actually amazed that this piece picante sauce is only like 250 milligrams of sodium. So that's actually pretty low for a condiment. I was surprised when I was going through my refrigerator looking at all the sodium content. Yeah, a lot of the things that I really like, some of the things that I use every day, are exceedingly high in sodium. So I was pleasantly surprised. You can have quite a bit of that for 230 milligrams. So, hot diggity. Got a little cilantro here, and this is how I store mine, in a mason jar with a little bit of water. And then this is the bag that it came in, and I just, after I wash it and put it in here, I just tip this upside down, and then I tie this part around the bag to keep it all in there. And then, yeah, we're in like Flynn, no worries. And I got these herb shears over on Amazon. I think they're really fun, and I've been trying to use them as much as possible because I don't really enjoy dicing herbs that much. Like them, just don't like the, you know, the fuss, the muss, the mess. These are still a little bit messy, and I think that has more to do with my technique than the shears themselves. But I think these are great, and they're like multi-bladed, and they just go to town. Anyhow, that was quick. That was easy. We've got lots of cilantro now, and I'll just go ahead and throw that right on in here with all the rest of my yumminess. Given my cheap dollar store piece picante dregs, you know, a little facelift. And then I'll go ahead and just pop this right over the top. And these are almost, I maybe have one more day left in these, maybe two. So what I'll probably do is throw them on my dehydrator. And that way, you know, I'll give them a rescue, a little 911. Now, if you wanted to make this spicier, you could add peppers. You could add any kind of pepper you want. Bell pepper, poblanos, serranos, jalapenos, scotch bonnets. Hey, if you can take it Bangkok hot, go ahead, add the scotch bonnets. I won't say no, but I will ask you for a glass of milk to go with it. I'm going to keep mine just like this, and I think that's going to be fun. You know what I am going to add is like some black pepper, because I want Andrew's food to be really well seasoned. I don't want him to be cranky about it. And while he might not be getting all the salt that the man wants, you know, everything else well seasoned. Ooh, a little garlic. I think we should add a little more garlic. And maybe a little bit of lemon juice. Let me go see what I can dig up in the refrigerator. Be right back. Okay, I found a little bit of lemon juice, and I found some of the marinated garlic. I'm going to go ahead and add, about half of a tablespoon of marinated garlic to that. You know, how much ever your family prefers. Maybe you don't like garlic that much. Maybe you put a teaspoon in. Got some lemon juice. Wish I had a fresh one, but I don't. So I'm going to use some of my lemon juice here. I think this salsa, this pico, whatever you want to call it, looks delicious. Don't be afraid to jazz up your paste picante sauce. That's our base. That's going to give us a good jumping off point. Give us a little heat, a little spice. I think this is super fresh and delicious. Don't skip on the zip. Okay, so I still have about this much onion. It was a pretty big one. And I'm going to go ahead and just chop up the rest of this onion for our quesadillas, because I want them to have a little veg too. You can never have too much veg. And there we go. Fantastic. I want to get as much in there as I possibly can. We will probably also be having these for lunch tomorrow, so no worries there. Gonna put a little bit into my stockpile of veg. Also have some red pepper that I got over at the 99 cents only store, and they were on scratch and dent, and so I bought them knowing that I would have to process them right away and freeze them. That was just fine with me. I ended up with like 2 of these gallon bags full of the pepper strips once I processed them for, very, very little money. Maybe $2 or $3. Yeah, and I still have another bag in the freezer. We're still working our way through it. And so these are still frozen. They won't take any time to thaw at all. And I'm just giving them, a rough dice. I'm not worried about it. I'm watching my hands. I don't want any accidents. Yeah, it's not a bargain. Even at $3, if I end up in the emergency room getting $1,200 worth of stitches, Watch your fingers. And then I have a little measuring cup here. This is microwave safe. Inside of this, I only have about 1 tablespoon of water. And I'm going to use that water instead of using a vegetable oil or an olive oil. That's going to give me just enough moisture to make sure that these cook really well, but it'll reduce my calorie count just a little bit. If I was doing them on the stove, I would do the exact same thing. Just go ahead and put a little water in that pan, throw my peppers and onions in there, and then, just cook them. Just cook them till they're translucent. But I'm not turning the stove on because, well, it's not 119 today. It's still 112. Gonna go ahead and pop these in the microwave. And you know what? It's gonna take about 4 minutes. I want to tell y'all a little story about that refrigerator back there. While my peppers and onions are cooking, I want to tell you a little story about that refrigerator back there. So sometimes at night, I can't sleep and I get into my head crazy ideas. So I decided that I was going to clean behind the refrigerator and underneath of it, It's good for your refrigerator. Get all the dust bunnies out, get the most airflow. Yay, hooray. Anyhow, I tried to pull it out and I could only get it out about 10 inches away from the wall. Well, I wasn't worried about that. I thought, okay, well, what I'll do is clear off the countertop and then get up on there, reach down behind the refrigerator with the shop vac and just get as much as I could. Then I'll get, push it back, take the front panel off, and then get all the stuff from the front. It'll be fantastic. It'll work great. So I took everything off the counter, climbed up on top, got the hose for the, shop vac, and I'm down there in the crack. So I'm between the wall and the refrigerator with the shop vacuum. Anyhow, I leaned too far down, lost my balance, and fell behind the refrigerator. Now I'm trapped behind the refrigerator and the wall in that little crack. Yeah, I'm trapped. I can't get enough momentum to get up, and there's no room for me to slide all the way down. So you just barely see my feet where the crock pot is back there. You just barely see my feet, and I'm yelling for Andrew, and he's in bed because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Most normal people are asleep. Only crazy people are up cleaning behind the refrigerator. And now I'm cleaning back there, and I'm stuck. And all you can see is my feet, and it's terrible. And I'm yelling for him. Finally, probably about 15 minutes, he comes out, and he's bleary-eyed. What's wrong? Why are you yelling? Tanya? Shorty? And then he looks, are those your feet? Yeah, right where the crock pot was. That's all you could see were my feet. And I'm, stuck. Anyhow, he pulled the refrigerator out the rest of the way, and I scrambled out between the refrigerator and the dishwasher there, and I got out. But I don't clean behind the refrigerator at 4 a.m. anymore. Andrew, can you pull the refrigerator out for me, honey, so I can clean underneath there? Yes, please do not get back on the countertop. Anyhow, I got stuck behind the refrigerator. Okay, well, I've got my little Hamilton Beach indoor grill. It's actually pretty large, comparable to a George Foreman grill. Flip it up. And I'm going to go ahead and start assembling my quesadillas. I like to cook them on here. They're going to get really good grill marks. They're going to be crispy. They're going to be delicious. And I'm going to use this piece of parchment paper. One, for really easy cleanup, because I do not like to struggle. And I don't think these are all that easy to clean. They say that they are, but I think that they lie a little bit. Also, because when I use that piece of parchment, I don't have to oil my grill. So we're saving a few calories. I have some shredded chicken from a chicken that I cooked a while back. I deboned it, and then I froze the pieces. And so we're going to put some chicken on there. We're going to put a little Mexican cheese on there. I did not shred it myself because this is something that I got extremely inexpensively. It's a 32-ounce bag. I think I paid right around the $3 mark for it, maybe $3.99. I don't know, but it was almost half off. That was a good deal. Wasn't mad at that at all. There we go. Put some cheese. Hello, Pigpen. You heard the cheese bag. Do you need a little bite of cheese to get you through? Yeah? Is your belly hitting your backbone? There you go, baby. There you go. And then I've got my pepper and onion combination. Just came out of the microwave. And I may have, overshot a little bit on how many peppers and onions that I would need for this dish. But I'll find something to use it for this week. I'm not worried about it a bit. Put some of those on there. That looks terrific. Fantastic. I should have filled it the other way, but that's all right. And then I'm going to go ahead and just fold that over. And then I'm going to make 2 more. So we're each going to have 1.5 quesadillas. The next one I'm going to make, though, is going to be, I have a little bit of sliced pork tenderloin left over. And I made a whole pork tenderloin the other night. We had it for dinner. And then we had pork tenderloin sandwiches for lunch. And we've had pork tenderloin on salad. And yeah, we've had a lot of pork tenderloin. Go ahead and add some cheese to it. As much cheese as you want. That's just fine. Actually, this is not bad for you at all. This is 110 calories, and you can have a quarter of a cup. So, yeah, fantastic. Who knew? Cheese quesadillas. And some peppers and onions. Get down on in there. Smush it down if you have to. It's going to get smushed anyhow. And there's just enough room for one more. Let's do another chicken. Put our chicken in there. Where I think I went wrong this week in the whole was that I made the pork tenderloin and then I made 2 veggies to go with that and no starch. And Andrew grew up very traditionally with, like, you know, veg, starch, protein, you know, his mama following the food pyramid. And there was no starch at all. And it made him, you know, kind of, he's not real good with change. So we're just reducing the starch. These are a low carb, they're a low carb tortilla. Don't tell him. He doesn't need to know. What he doesn't know won't hurt him a bit. All he'll know is that these are cheesy and crispy and that they have chicken and that he has good salsa and a big glass of milk. And then I will also probably serve a fruit side to go with this. Alright, and then some peppers and onions on here. If you had beef, boy, these would be like, I would use the beef, I would use a provolone or a mozzarella cheese, the peppers and onions, and then they would be like a Philly cheesesteak quesadilla. That, oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would be good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give these a flatten out here. They look pretty thick, pretty substantial. Maybe this one needs just a little more cheese. Oh, we'll give them all just a little bit more. You know, for good measure. Here we go. I'm going to bring this down. And parchment paper is absolutely okay to use on the indoor grill. Mine only heats up to a temperature of 400 degrees. So I know this parchment paper is good to 450 degrees. So there won't be any burning. It won't set the house on fire. Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's delicious or not. If you set the house on fire, you're going to have to enjoy it at the curb with the fire department, you know. No, that's no good. All right, I'm going to plug this in. And I am going to set it to medium high. And then if I thought that it needed a little bit more, if it wasn't going down enough and I was worried, I've got these little tiles. Sometimes I set them right there on top just to give it a little bit more leverage, a little bit more compactness. I don't care if they're compacted. They're going to be fantastic. Anyhow, I'm going to let those go. It's probably going to take about 10 minutes. While that's happening, I'm going to go set up it's almost time for Jeopardy. Going to go set up the trays. Going to go pour some milk. Yep, get my salsa out. Yay, hooray. Okay, so my dinner is ready. There is my quesadilla salsa, and I've got a little nectarine all sliced up right there. Think that looks delicious. The cheese is so melty and kind of oozing out a little bit. It's hot as a firecracker. I'm not going to burn my face off today. I've promised myself, because I'm just getting over a burn. Anyhow, yeah, we'll take a little peek. All cheesy, all chickeny, all delicious. Yeah, super excited about this one. We're going to cut this one in half because this one's the pork. And then that one's for Andrew. And we're going to have a little variety. And my grill has stayed nice and clean. Yeah. So all I have to do is just give that a little wipe off. Throw this parchment paper, you know, into the trash because it has served its purpose for us. And yeah, like 5 minutes worth of cleanup. And 2 plates. Can't beat that with a stick. Low dishes, crispy quesadilla, all kinds of goodness, all kinds of melty goodness. That's a good thing. All right, my lovelies. Well, I gotta go watch Jeopardy and eat my quesadilla. Be good, be careful, look both ways. I'm not mad at this a bit. It smells fantastic. I'll see you next time. Be good, be careful, look both ways. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.